Marzanos' six-step vocabulary instruction. Marzanos' six-step vocabulary instruction is found in his book Building Background Knowledge for Academic Achievement. Research on what works in schools. Why teach vocabulary? Dr. Kate Kinsella, a leading researcher in vocabulary development in adolescents, says vocabulary knowledge is the single greatest contributor to reading comprehension and thus a strong predictor of overall academic achievement. The six-step process for teaching new terms involves Step 1, describe. The teacher provides a description, explanation, or example of the term. Step 2, restate. Students restate the description, explanation, or example using their own words. Step 3, draw. Students construct a picture, cartoon, symbolic representation, or even act out the term. Step 4, do. The teacher extends and refines understanding of the word by engaging students in activities that help them add to their knowledge of the terms. Step 5, discuss. The teacher periodically asks students to discuss the terms with one another. And Step 6, play. Involve students in games that enable them to play with terms and reinforce that word knowledge. So let's have an example of this. Marzanos' sixth step, let's go through Step 1 of describe. Here's a Persian word called taruf. Now, the pictures below describe the examples of taruf. And the picture of the man with the carpets, he's selling the carpets, and it's customary in Iran for the seller to say, when you go to purchase this, to say, no, don't worry about it. But that's an example of taruf. He really wants you to pay for the carpets. Another example to the right of the two men is when you show extreme manners. I beg of you, you go. No, you go, you go. And this can go back and forth for a while. Another good example, the third example, is when there's that last pizza on the plate and you really want it, but you know it's good manners to offer that pizza to somebody else. So it's kind of like when you're offering something that you really want. Step 2. Let's have the students restate the description, explanation, or example using their own words. So now it's your turn. Think about our new vocabulary word, taruf, and the pictures I showed you. Now, write your own definition. Pair up with your shoulder partner to talk about your definitions. You can make corrections if you need to. Share your definition with the class when I call your name, or share your definition with two other students who are not your shoulder partner. Step 3. Students construct a picture, cartoon, symbolic representation, or act out the term. Here, let's draw. I want you to draw a picture that represents your definition of taruf. You can also use symbols or cartoons. Here's an example of what I mean. It doesn't have to be fancy, just show that you understand the word. Step 4. Okay, here's the do. The teacher extends and refines the understanding of the word by engaging students in activities that help them add to their knowledge of the term. So let's go ahead and use this term taruf in a sentence stem. An example of the Persian concept of taruf is when. Now I want you to turn to your shoulder partner and I want you to complete the sentence stem. An example of the Persian concept of taruf is when. Step 5, discuss. Now this is where the teacher periodically asks students to discuss the terms with one another. So let's do that here. Discuss how the Persian concept of taruf is similar to a custom that you may know. Talk to your shoulder partner. Step 6. Involve students in games that enable them to play with terms and reinforce their word knowledge. Here's a simple game. Crossword puzzle. Number 1 across. To offer something to someone that you really want. to roof. And that's Marzanos' 6-step vocabulary instruction.